Owning a home is the American dream. I love my job because I get to help people buy, sell, and improve that American dream. Follow me this week as we explore exciting new trends in Utah's real estate. So Sandy, I always love your style and design and everything, but what if somebody wants a beautiful home like this, but they want it closer to downtown? What do you guys have?
We are just opening up a brand new community in Mill Creek area. We have people all the time ask us about our design and our style, and they love it, but they need to be a little bit closer to town. And so we have this new location we're really excited about.
That's perfect. So you get your style and design, and then you get it closer to downtown, which is great. And so what type of homes are we going to do? What type of floor plans are we talking about?
We have a Cancun plan, which is a 2-bedroom, 2.5 bathroom, 2-car garage. Lots of open space, a beautiful sky deck on the top on most of them. We have a patio right off of the dining room for your barbecuing. We have a covered patio right off of the living room. And then on the top, an amazing open sky deck that should have some great views of the mountains.
That's awesome. So you're doing one plan there or multiple plans?
We have 2 plans there. So we also have another plan. It's called the Cozumel plan. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5 baths. It also has a 2-car garage, and it has the same kind of features as far as deck space and open space on the top. We have a kitchen, nice island, lots of counter space, a barbecue patio, a dining room, living room, tall ceilings on this one. You have a half bath on this level, which is really important. And then upstairs you have 2 full bedrooms and 2 full bathrooms, and a sky deck on the very top of that. So another open, beautiful space. You can put a hot tub up there. You can do fire pits up there. A great outdoor space, great entertaining space.
So what type of price range are we talking about on these?
The most affordable one starts at $299.9, which is great for that area. Something to have brand new, very modern style, lots of windows, tall ceilings, solid surface countertops, tile, a lot of really nice standard features come in this home. So start at $299.9 and they go to about $342.9 for the biggest ones. Some of them have fenced yards. It just depends on the lot that you get.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so if somebody, you're starting construction on these, if somebody wanted to come and see one of these plans to get an idea what you're building out there, what would they do?
They would just come out to Daybreak. Daybreak, we have 2 beautiful models that really demonstrate how amazing these plans are. So just contact me, and Daybreak, we have 2 models.
Hi, I'm Zach with Amsco Windows, and today we're at the Amsco Windows manufacturing facility here in Salt Lake City, Utah. If you've ever wondered how glass is manufactured into your windows or how safety glass is made, today we're going to kind of walk you through that process so you can get a look at that. So right here, we're in the section where we actually cut the glass. So every morning we have a computer system that optimizes the glass so we get to minimize the amount of waste on each piece of glass. So as the glass is brought down by the big machines behind us, right now it's pulled down by suction cups. We'll go up there and grab it, pull it down, it slides it over, and the machine knows just what shapes to cut it in. In the old days, they used to have to climb up there on 2 ladders and tip that glass and let the air catch it like a parachute and center it on the table. So with modern technology, we're able to cut glass a lot quicker, more efficiently, and we don't have to go through the hassle of changing out when I have a lowy piece of glass versus a clear piece or maybe even a bronze piece. So when you're dealing with tempered glass, it's very important that the glass itself doesn't have any imperfections in it. What I mean by that is we just went through the cutting phase. And so it's important to now check the glass and make sure you don't have any jagged edges. Because when you temper that, in essence, you're baking that glass in the oven. And if you heat it up with imperfections on it, the heat won't distribute evenly and it will break. So many times when you think about safety glass or tempered glass, you think about your windshields or maybe plexiglass inside of a child's playhouse. But a lot of homeowners don't realize you have a lot of tempered or safety glass within your home, and that's required by the codes. So AMSCO is one of the unique manufacturers that actually has a tempering furnace on site. So what you see behind me is we've got the tempering oven, which is the blue machine there. That oven will bake the glass to about 1120 degrees. When it heats it up that hot, it then will move it to the next building and cool it with the neutral air. Now that process is actually what heat strengthens the glass. One of the checks that we have in place when we're tempering glass is we actually will break the glass. We'll take a test piece and break it about every 30 minutes. And the reason you do that is to make sure that your temperature within your oven is staying consistent. If the pieces are not breaking in a consistent fashion, or if they're too big or chunky, then that tells us that the oven isn't heated properly, and then we can go back and change that. And that just assures that the tempering process happens correctly. So what you're seeing behind me are the actual machines that insulate the glass together. And what that means is you're putting a spacer in between 2 pieces of glass and marrying those in with a suction type seal. It's a critical step in the window process because you don't want any debris, anything that's going to cause imperfections inside that unit to get trapped in your window. So you'll also notice there's a washer behind me as well. So the glass goes through its 3rd washing cycle before it's actually insulated. Okay, so right now, we're gonna go ahead and show you just how you put the glass inside the frames now that we've seen the process of manufacturing the glass. So the glass is held in the frame by a double stick tape that you can't see right there, but that blue line above it, that is the double stick tape. It's a high temperature tape since we sell all over the country. The glass is secured by glazing bead. You can see him putting that in there. That just gives it an aesthetic appeal, a clean finish on the exterior, and it also helps to protect against the climate, wind, water, different kinds of debris that are blowing around in the air. AMSCO's proud to be able to say that we are a Utah-based company since 1949. Having our own on-site tempering furnace is just one of the benefits we're able to offer.
Claimed home warranty gives you peace of mind knowing that the major systems and appliances in your home are covered against unexpected breakage and costly repairs. so you can enjoy what you love doing, because our coverage options and easy process take the hassle out of finding quality contractors. When your covered items break and you need service fast, Acclaimed Home Warranty is here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. For a free, no-hassle quote, go online to acclaimedhw.com.
Okay, so this is a very unique home, and I really couldn't do it justice. This is a turn-of-the-century home that's going to be completely remodeled, and so I actually brought the builder, the remodel guy. I brought Urban, because I know, Urban, you're going to be able to tell us a lot more about this house than even I can talk about. So tell us a little bit about what you did here.
Well, thank you. Yeah, as we look at the home, and you kind of split down the middle, the left-hand part of the home, the left side of the home, other than that raised elevation, is the original 1904 log home. We knew there were logs in it, but we didn't know to what extent. So when we started to do the remodel, it got deeper and deeper because we kept finding more treasures and character to the home. The door on the left is the original front door, but the front door is right here as we're going to enter.
Yeah, it looks like a brand new home. You would have no idea, but as you walk inside, there's a magical surprise. Look at that, that is spectacular. Tell me about this and what you guys found.
Okay, there you can see the logs that look nothing like they used to. They were covered up with 2 or 3 inches of lath and plaster and sheetrock and paneling and then dirty logs. We finally got down to that point. You can see the corners, how they're put together. That's the original 1904 corners, how they were dovetailed together. And when we power washed and cleaned it, and 5 coats of lacquer on the logs and professionally chinked all that between the logs, it really came together and gave it a lot of character.
It has a ton of character to the room, and it looks like a brand new home, but these are turn-of-the-century logs, which are, and you can't, I mean, the cost of trying to redo that, if you try to do that right now, it'd be astronomical. And so you get kind of the best of both worlds, because you get a brand new house, got all new electrical, all new plumbing, and it's still got the history of the home. And so tell me a little bit about the kitchen, what you guys did here.
Well, we have a wall, of course, built out in front of the logs for the kitchen to mount, but it's a little wraparound kitchen with an island, stainless steel features throughout. We use brushed nickel every place. That ceiling you look at is a poplar ceiling that we've used that in other areas as well. And now you're looking into the the dining room, but the character of the logs, I wanted to use as much of that character in as many rooms as possible. So we not only get that from inside the house, but when you step outside the original structure, you see some of that in the hallways, the office, the laundry room, as much as we can.
Yeah, which is great. Okay, so we're going to be looking at, it's almost 2,500 square feet with 4 bedrooms, 3 full baths. It originally was built in, of course, 1904, but it's been completely redone. And of course, the location here is amazing, right? Because we're right outside of Park City. We're in Heber, and this is Old Town Heber. So tell me a little bit about that area.
Yes, it's on 4th West, 400 West, so it's only 3 blocks from the city park, which also puts it about 2 blocks from what people call the Heber Creeper, or the train over there. Yeah. You see some more of the logs in the office area. And it's in Old Town. It's a neighborhood that has really been, has had some homes built in it that have upgraded everything. I don't have mirrors in yet, but that is the main bath. There's the laundry room. Put cabinets in there to match the kitchen. And we used the kind of a cream vanilla cabinet to go with the character of the home.
Yeah. And some little doors there, some rolling doors. Okay, this is going to be headed up there. What's really cool about this area, if people don't know, Heber is just outside of Park City. This house in Park City would be a multi-million-dollar home. And so just to step down into Heber, which is still a beautiful area, it enjoys all the same thing. You're just a couple minutes away from all the ski resorts and everything. This is a tremendous value, right?
Yeah, I think it's really nice. Now we're in the upper bath, the main upper level bath, and that cabinet you saw right there was a rolling cabinet that has a mechanical room behind it.
Yeah, and now I notice as we go to the aerial view, you're going to notice there's another garage there behind. It's almost like a three-car garage or like a little kind of storage area outside,
A separate 200 square foot. Now you're looking to the west, you're looking out to the fields. It makes a real nice area.
So Whitney, for this home, we're going to be going out to Highland, and if you don't know where Highland is a north part of northern Utah County, and this area is absolutely booming right now in industry. A lot of tech industries have moved into the area, and they're looking for properties just like this one, these executive homes. And look at this, beautiful on the corner, as you notice in the backyard, just beautiful houses being built around it. The builders of this particular home were Highland Custom Homes, and if you know their home, actually the one that's right behind this was their Parade home, that's got to be at least a $2 million home right about now. And so the style and design they bring into these houses are really magnificent. And as you step inside, you're going to see that they really made this one absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, overall it's just a gorgeous home just right when you look at it.
Yeah, and right on the corner too, which is really nice. I like houses on the corner because they have that kind of majestic look, and you don't have a neighbor on that far side. And then you got a multi-million-dollar home behind you, which is never a bad thing, right?
Right.
So heading into the inside here, you're gonna notice the colors as all those big windows on the back, so you got lots of window, lots of light coming in here, and they did those really popular colors. They almost can't build enough of homes like this right now that are these gray, white tones, and then you always wanna have that bold floor, because the key feature of this whole thing is to have light colors and really easy to change out colors. That's kind of the idea behind this whole thing. And they did a spectacular job. It's got a beautiful, beautiful hardwood floor, and then of course all that beautiful gray slate, right?
Right, and I love the plantation shutters that they used as well.
Yeah, and what she's done is some really nice pops of like silvers and colors and kind of chromes and stuff, which really, I mean, this almost could be like a Parade home at this point right now. And heading into the kitchen, they spared no expense. Of course, they did those stagger cabinets, and they really accented some really bold, dark colors, and so it's got light and dark, and those countertops are absolutely magnificent. Would have been a huge upgrade. You almost can't tell from the distance here, but it's actually got purple little flakes inside those countertops. And of course, the range on this is going to be a French oven. So that's really great if you like to cook, and then it's also got a second oven next to it.
Yeah, that's really nice. I love the backsplash that they used in the kitchen in this little desk area too.
Yeah, and so you're going to notice they did some really nice lighting, some really unique fans like that one. That's a throwback. This is right off the entry where you come in. This is actually the office, which is beautiful, right?
I love the ceiling too. I love all of the details in this home.
Yeah, headed here to the master bedroom, you're going to notice that they did lots of nice ceiling treatments and wall treatments to really make this thing just stand out and just beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
Nice, again, neutral colors. You notice what they've done is they do pops of colors in all their furniture, and so the house stays very neutral. And what you're going to see in the next few years, that this is the way things are going to go. How the house is going to stay very neutral, and then you're going to be able to, new colors and styles come in. You'll be able to update your house without having to repaint the whole thing. And so I really see this style and design really carrying on for a good while. This is really smart design and style. And of course, they spared no expense. Speaking of the master bath here, these faucets that they use, I think are just really creative and cool.
They're really incredible. I also like the light fixtures.
Yeah. They've done a really nice job here. Of course, separate tub and shower, which is going to be standard on a house of this magnitude. This is going to be some of the bedrooms on the main floor. What we're going to be looking on this house, it's going to be just over 4,600 square feet. The house is 3 bedrooms and 3 full baths. And the basement has plenty of room to move, to add in the future. And so on the main floor, you've got 3 bedrooms and 2 full baths, and then headed upstairs, it's almost like a separate living area because you've got these big, huge 2 bedrooms and then a full bath up there.
I like how this has the Romeo and Juliet balcony right off of that bedroom.
Yeah, it's great. So you can just open that up and get all those beautiful views. And headed outside here, we're going to take a look at some of this beautiful landscaping they did. The beautiful fence they put in, their landscaping is just absolutely pristine, and those are going to be some big, beautiful trees here in the future. And this is a spectacular home in a really, really good value.
We were looking for a new home. Some were too big, some were too small, some were just wrong. Then, wow, we were in our dream home.
Then the hard part started. All this paperwork.
Luckily, we had Steve, a loan officer from Castle & Cook Mortgage, on our side. Even though he's done this 1,000 times, he knew we hadn't. He took care of everything, and fast, so we could focus on the things that really matter, like enjoying our new home. Castle & Cook Mortgage, the key to your castle.
Time. You don't have time, but we do. We are someone who you can call in to lend a hand. We are someone who cares for your family just as much as you do. We are Helping Hands Moving and Maids. And we will always be there to lend you a helping hand.
Okay, Whitney, for this one, this is a special type of home. We don't see this all the time. This is a classic Georgian, like plantation style house. And how you can tell by that is when you go up to the front of a Georgian home, it should look exactly the same on the left-hand side as it is on the right. And you're gonna notice the grounds on this thing are absolutely beautiful. It sits, as you're looking at right here, there's about 2.5 acres from the trees on either side. But you're gonna notice to the right of those trees at the top of the screen there's another large parcel up there, and that's almost another 2.5 acres. And that's an option that the seller may sell that with this house for a little bit more money. Okay, but you'll notice that stream that wraps around it comes in through the bottom and wraps around and literally kind of goes in and out of this property, which is really cool. And there's that classic plantation Georgian. I mean, you're walking up to the front of this house and you'll notice the gentleman that built this home this is his own personal home, and he's a builder. And so you'll notice you walk up to the front of this thing. I mean, you could be cast back in time. You're going right back south there, right?
Right, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Yeah, and so he specializes in very, very high-end custom homes, and they really built this to be, true to form. He kept it right along those huge ceilings as you walk in, and beautiful kitchen that you can walk right into. But you'll notice at the front door, as you walk up to the front door, you can't see back into the kitchen. You can see where it is, but it's perfectly situated, so you're not seeing in. So if you haven't done your dishes, somebody comes to the front door, this is really nice. And from the front door, you can look all the way into the backyard. Of course, there's no neighbors to the back, and so you look out these beautiful windows out the back, and it just goes forever.
It's great. It really is a great floor plan too.
Yeah, and they carried the brick from the outside. They brought that into the kitchen. You notice in that black back there?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, so they did a really nice, which are real popular cabinets. That white, which is in, of course, those dark countertops, which is really in. But this almost throws back perfectly to the, kind of this style of home. This would have been very similar to really what they would have been building back at the turn of the century in an old plantation home.
Right. And the cabinetry in this kitchen is just beautiful.
Yeah, he spared no expense. As I walked through this house, I was really impressed. You can always tell in a builder's home because all the details are perfect. Because all the subs that work for him in all his personal homes, they're very close paying attention because, of course, you know, they want to make it right for the builder that they work for, right?
Right.
So this is going to be right off of that kind of main area, and this is going to be your area to do all your laundry and fold all your clothes and stuff. Also on the main floor, of course, is the master, and they did, of course, some real nice ceiling treatments in here. And they've got a room, interesting on this house. They've got a room that's off to the side. It's a small little room, and it's designed for infants. But it's also made that you can actually knock that wall out and make it into a huge closet. And,
okay.
And it's a little bit of a flex room right now. So as you go into the master bath here, as you go down towards the closet, you can actually knock that whole wall out, and now you've got a whole room that in the future you could knock out into have some massive closet, which is really popular, right? And this is that room right here on the other side of where those doors are. That's what you would knock out and go right into a huge closet.
That's incredible. Can you imagine having all that closet space?
Yeah, and they've got a decent sized closet now, but the design was, you know, this is where we're going to put the kids, you know, while they're infants, so we can be close to them right off the master. But then in the future, we'll knock that out and make it into a huge closet. Headed upstairs, you're going to notice they did some real nice railings, and it, you know, walks across, which is just like the way you'd see it in one of these plantation style homes.
It's beautiful.
So we're heading in here. This is going to be a little bit of a home theater, kind of a family entertaining area. This is going to be looking into some of the bedrooms that are upstairs. They did some really cool colors and styles. On this home, we're going to be looking at just under 6,000 square feet. It's got 7 bedrooms, 4 full baths, and 1 half bath. The basement is completely finished, and that's what we've gone down into here, and there's plenty of space galore.
Right, and I love the little kitchenette. It's almost a second kitchen, but just missing a dishwasher, I think.
Yeah, but it's all set up right down there, so if you want to entertain, watch the party down in the basement. Lots of rooms, as you can tell. That one back there it's actually not even considered a bedroom because it doesn't have any windows. Now stepping outside here, this again is that Georgian beautiful style, and it's for where you're out in Smithfield, you're getting the best of those beautiful views. You're away from everybody. This is some cool little space that they made for their kids. And just Smithfield, if you want to live in Smithfield, this is a house you're going to absolutely love, and this is one that's going to appreciate and be a really good purchase.